The Tshwane Municipality Coalition is facing an uncertain future after a fallout over the ongoing labour dispute that has severely crippled service delivery, especially in the townships. A large group of EFF and SAMWU members gathered until late last night outside Tshwane House under heavy police guard to put pressure on the mayor to pay workers their salary increases. Let's bring in SABC News reporter Patricia Fasagi now to give us the very latest. Patricia, so take us through what happened yesterday and what we expect today.
Well, good morning. In fact, Tshwane Council continued until the early hours of this morning. We left just after midnight. Of course, we saw a long day of, arguments, fighting and tensions in council, but also outside with the large group of EFF members that were gathering outside Tshwane House till late evening, where they obviously came to mobilize and trying to put pressure on the Tshwane mayor to ultimately honor the outcome of the bargaining council that stipulated that the city should be paying the salary increases. Of course, in council there was a back and forth, a lot of fighting over two issues in particular. One, the fact that the Tshwane mayor, Celia Brink, had proposed that there be a position created for a deputy mayor, but at the same time he is saying that the city does not have money to pay the workers. And of course, the Action SA that have since taken a position to back the workers. The party plan to bring a motion against the mayor for not paying the workers. They want, through this motion, to compel the Tshwane mayor to pay the workers. Of course, this took a lot of fighting, a lot of accusations. We saw a fallout between the DA and Action SA. The DA ultimately calling Action SA backstabbers, saying that they betraying the multi-party coalition. SAMWU, that's at the center of this, as it is about the workers, joins me right now. I'm joined by Mpho Tladinyane from SAMWU. Mpho, it was a long day, long night. We left here after midnight, but there was no positive result. What do you make of this?
Yeah, no thanks. Yes, indeed, it was a night of long knives. Yeah. Remember that Action SA had on the 27th of September submitted a motion to the Speaker of Council requesting that that particular motion be tabled before the ordinary council of the 28th of September. And indeed, such happened on the 28th of September. That particular motion was then presented. It's unfortunate that that councillors had to fight as to whether they should then first discuss the issue of the creation of the deputy mayor position or the motion which was presented by Action SA. So, but finally, the speaker then indicated that they will then start with the motion, and it's unfortunate that before the motion could even be tabled, there were disruptions in council. And as a result, the speaker had no option but to postpone that particular meeting. But what really disappointed us is that it is unfortunate that the executive mayor brought a report to council for the creation of a deputy mayor position. Remember that all along, the executive mayor has always been saying that the city does not have funds, the city has not budgeted for the salary increase. But when councillors were now asking in council to say, but because of the fact that the issue of the deputy mayor was not budgeted for, where are you going to source the money or the funds to be able to fund this particular creation of a deputy mayor position? But you know, his response created very serious challenges for us. He indicated to council that it's a decision of the coalition government, of the coalition agreement, coalition partners, and as a result, coalition partners have agreed that they must then do power sharing, create a particular position and give it to one coalition partner. So it is very clear that the executive here does not have the interest of workers at heart. Instead, he has elevated the interest of the coalition partners to that at the expense of his own employees.
But where does that put the people of Tshwane when a political decision, political benefit is prioritized over service delivery at this juncture?
Yeah, remember that, you see, if your workers are happy or you ensure that indeed the conditions of employment are very favorable for your employees, you will then have employees who can then be able to deliver better quality services to the residents. But instead of taking care of your own employees, who's supposed to ensure that indeed there is service delivery, you elevate the interest of coalition partners. It then shows that our priorities are wrong. Instead of ensuring that you elevate the interest of your own residents and the employees, now your priorities are somewhere else. So we want to appeal to the executive mayor and his executive, including council, to ensure that indeed the interest of the residents of Tshwane should then be put first, and workers must then be taken care of so that they can then be able to deliver quality basic services and quality services to the residents.
Now, Action SA showed a lot of fierceness in terms of the motion. In the morning yesterday, we heard the reports and the talks that they're backing the workers. And then late afternoon, we started seeing them making a U-turn. They were singing a different tune. There were threats between Action SA and the DA. Do you feel betrayed by Action SA at this juncture?
No, we don't feel any betrayal. Actually, we are not political. We are not a political organization. We are a trade union. We have our own ways of ensuring that whatever that we're fighting for, we always secure. What happens in council is meant for political parties. So we are not in that particular space. If the Action SA had resolved through their caucus that they were going to present a motion there, yes, well and fine. We appreciate that particular fact that they have now realized that indeed what they have done in the past in terms of approving a 0% salary increase was wrong. So we appreciate that particular fact. We also appreciate that other political parties were also in council. They were advancing a cause in the interest of workers. So we will not say that we feel betrayed. We have been fighting our own battles, and we continue to fight our own battles. Remember that for many years we are known as SAMWU to be engaged in very fierce battles with our own employer in the city of Tshwane here, and we have always been vindicated. We have always come out on top. Even this one, whether it takes a week, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but we know that finally we're going to win this particular battle in the interest of our own members. And
but don't you feel that your battle is now hijacked by politicians who are now using the plight of the workers for cheap political scoring? Because it seems as if Action SA and the DA are using the plight of the workers to get what they want. Ultimately, Action SA want the deputy speaker position, and they're bargaining on that, and they're using the workers. Don't you think that you are being used in all of this?
No, remember that council is the one that took that particular decision not to pay our salary increase in the first place. So whatever that happens in their council meetings, we're observing. Yes, to a certain extent, you'll see that they'll be using the name of or the plight of workers to advance some of their causes and some of their interests. But we remain focused. We have never outsourced or delegated our responsibility to any political party. We're just observing what they're doing there. We have never won our battles in council. We have always won our battles in the street and in boardrooms of the bargaining council. That is why we have always been following process of the bargaining council. We have secured a compliance order. We have secured the dismissal of the exemption hearing. We have an award. 2 of their contempt court applications have been dismissed. So we'll continue to soldier on, and we will be vindicated. We will win that, whether council decides otherwise or not, but we'll continue to ensure that indeed we win all those particular battles in the interest of our members.
All right, thank you so much there. SAMWU, just bring us up to speed in terms of what is happening. Of course, tensions continue here in the capital city. We also saw, videos that were shared by the city of windows that were pelted last night by allegedly the group that was gathering here outside. Of course, it also now means that perhaps the future of the Tshwane mayor hangs in the balance, in particular following the fallout with Action SA and the ACDP, who have since, shifted position on the issue of salary increases. Them, saying that the status quo cannot continue as is. Another agreement needs to be tabled. They want the mayor to open up discussions with organized labor to see if there's no other alternative that can be tabled, even if it means that they need to pay the workers half of the agreed upon money, and at a later stage they can then get the rest of their money, as of course the mayor has repeatedly said that there is not enough money, and the money that is left in the city is for service delivery. And if you take that money, that means the residents will be getting a less quality of a service. But SAMWU is saying that they know that there is money, they've got access to the city's funds, and this is more of a political decision that is taken by, in particular, the DA that is leading the multi-party coalition, and they're not budging. And the standoff, of course, you have the ANC and the EFF that continues to threaten, and the EFF saying that the crowd that we saw yesterday here, they blocked exits. At some point, no one was able to leave Tshwane House as the EFF blocked the exits, saying that they will continue with this action to put pressure on the Tshwane mayor. Of course, police had to intervene with rubber bullets. That's how some of the workers here at Tshwane House were able to leave. That standoff continued late in the evening inside council until after midnight. And as I said, the tensions continue. It is today peaceful here at Tshwane House. Outside, a lot of police that are monitoring the situation here to make sure that there is law and order.